When talking about buying a used Nissan Leaf, I think it's important to talk about cost. A lot of people ask me if buying an electric car is expensive. Well, they are initially, but that will change as battery technology advances and manufacturing costs come down. Just like anything else. My 2015 Nissan Leaf S had an original sticker price around $33,000. As I said before, I bought my car from Carvana.com. They seemed to have better deals at the time, and it was a super easy process. I bought the car for $11,250, and with the value I had trading in my Honda Civic, it brought my total cost down to $8,700. By buying the Nissan Leaf and trading in my Civic, my car payment went from $251 to $198. Insurance on the car dropped from $150 to $110. There's no engine or transmission, so there's no oil changes or any kind of system flushes, and the electric motor does most of the braking, so I'll probably never have to change the brake pads, which pretty much just leaves the tires. The other cost difference that I have now is fuel, or in this case electricity. I'll go over that in a minute, but first let's talk about charging. About 2 weeks after I bought my car, I had a charging station installed in my garage. I bought the JuiceBox Pro 40 with JuiceNet, which basically means it connects to the internet and you can control the car's charging through an app. One of the questions that I get most is how long does it take to charge my car? The simplest answer that I can give is with the JuiceBox, I charge my car at half the speed that it is capable of. For me, that means it usually charges right around 10% every half hour. Now you're never going to actually run your battery down to zero because you should be planning better and you should know your car's limits. Recently, it was cold and the weather was bad, and I had some errands to run and I ran the battery down to 8%. Fun fact, I found out that when you do that, the gauge that tells you how many miles you have left just turns to dashes. Anyway, for this video, I decided to drain the battery down to around 20% and charge it almost full speed for an hour and a half to see how much charge I would get. In the first 15 minutes, charging usually takes a minute to ramp up. So the car went from 19% to 27%. Once the battery started to warm up, the car started to charge a little bit faster and the charge went from 27% to 43% over the next 15 minutes. Over the next 30 minutes, the battery level went from 43% to 69%, and in the last 30-minute stretch, out of the total hour and a half charge, the level went from 69% to 86%. So as you can see, having a level 2 charger in your garage, if you have an electric car, definitely offers you some flexibility. But what if you don't have a level 2 charger installed at your house? Well, every Nissan Leaf comes with this handy bag that clips into the trunk that carries a charging cable for the car. You want to keep this in your trunk in case of an emergency. But how does a charger work? Well, let's say you don't have a level 2 charger in your house, or maybe you're just going to a friend's house and you're not sure if you'll have enough range to make it home. It's easy enough. You just take this charger and plug it into any normal outlet. That always seems to blow people's minds when I tell them that you can just charge your car from the same place that you charge your cell phone. But I guess that's what happens when you're used to having to go to a special place to fuel your car. To me, that plays a huge part in the appeal of electric vehicles, being able to charge anywhere. Now, if you do have to charge your car from a regular outlet, it's not going to be quick. When I plugged in the level 1 charger to my car with a 19% battery level, it said it was going to take over 20 hours to fully charge. That's why it's beneficial to install a level 2 charger at your house, but I did use the level 1 charger for the full first 2 weeks that I had the car. So what does it cost charging at home? One of the things that my charging app does tell me is how many kilowatt hours of electricity I used for each charging session at any time. I got the charger installed on November 1st, and my bill from Duke Energy said that my average rate per kilowatt hour was 10 cents. I added up all the kilowatt hours from the charging sessions I did in November, and it came out to 300.66 kilowatt hours. At 10 cents per kilowatt hour, that translates to $30.06. Before I got the Leaf, I was actually driving our CR-V on a daily basis and spending about $120 a month on gas. So that means my fuel savings is about $90 per month. Add that to the rest of my savings, and I'm saving almost $200 per month. So what if you're out on the town and you need to charge somewhere in public? Well, the best thing to do is to look and see what the most common charging providers are in your area, and for most places it's going to be ChargePoint and EVgo. So you're probably going to need to either download their app on your phone or have them send you a card. To charge at a public ChargePoint station, you just make sure that the near-field communication is turned on your phone and you hold it up to the card reader. Once it validates your account and unlocks a charger, you're free to charge. The one thing that I have experienced and is a little annoying with public chargers is that they break frequently from being used a lot, and it's not easy for someone to get out and fix them. As you can see with this one, it's not making a proper connection with my car, as indicated by the 3 blinking lights on the dashboard. Fortunately with this one, I just had to jiggle it a little bit to get it to go into the right place and my car started charging. Now these ChargePoint chargers around the city are level 2 chargers, giving you about 10% every 20 minutes. Let's say you do want to take your car on a longer trip or you just desperately need to charge faster. The chargers from EVgo or one like this at AAA offers fast charging. At the AAA chargers, you just open up your Greenlots app, scan the QR code that's on top of the charger, select your charger type, hit the start button, and you're ready to go. Now the important thing is that your car is equipped with a fast charger like mine is, and in my opinion, that should be your #1 priority in buying an electric car. I think it's important to have, even though I've actually never used it besides filming for this video. Plugging your Leaf into a fast charger can charge it from 0 to 80% in about 30 minutes or less. In that amount of time on a trip, you can get something to eat and use the bathroom and be ready to go again. Or you can just get back to your dog, who clearly isn't as thrilled about this whole process as I am.